Hey guys, Professor Bill, Comic Book University, and Wolverine and the Infinity Watch, issue number 2. You ever read a comic book and you're like, I have a feeling this is going to be kind of important, but do I really care that much? I mean, I can always find out later. I can just read a message form or something, right? It's kind of how I feel when I'm watching this, when I'm reading this comic book, and I hate that, man, but they can't all be winners, right? So we got writer Jerry Duggan, which I'm surprised at how not good this is because Jerry Duggan's writing it. Artist Andy McDonald, artist color artist Jordi Belair, VC's Corey Petit on letters. Excuse me, and cover artist Giuseppe Camuncoli, Robert Poggi, and Dean White. Variant cover, Christ, this is the fourth one. Now Fuji. Wow, man, I gotta check out these freaking variant covers, dude. So anyway, yeah, all of this is just Wolverine and Loki, and they're trying to help Hector and save him from the freaking Warbringer, and then the Order of the Fraternity of Raptors shows up, and it's like, dude, none of this is particularly fun. At one point, Wolverine swings by in one of those giant Asgardian space travel boats, and he swings by and he's able to reach out and grab. It's like, man, this is a gigantic boat. And every other image of this boat that you see just in this comic book alone, the boat is huge. We're talking about like from the rail, I can't remember what it's called, but like from the rail, the walking plank, all the way down to the bottom of the boat. It's like, it's huge, but in this one scene, it looks like he's in a rowboat. He just has snatches in him. I don't like there's just nothing. There's nothing overly redeeming about this comic book. Wolverine goes after the Warbringer. He gets thrown. He comes back, and then he gets his spine ripped. I get it. You know, they keep on doing the whole thing with like, oh, well, his bones are laced with adamantium, but they can be pulled apart. I'm sorry, does anybody else remember back in Wolverine? I think it was Wolverine issue number 10. Maybe it was older than that, but that second series that Claremont had done. And what happened? He said he was fighting against that vampire, and the vampire, had him by both arms and tried to rip him in half, and he couldn't. And he's like, "Oh, my bones are laced with adamantium," but he doesn't need to know that. And he does one of those, whoop-ah, like he's on the rings, and he just bam kicks the guy in the face, and then starts slicing him up. This old ancient vampire, you know what I'm saying? And he just jacks him up, and it's like that's always been the case with Wolverine. You can't rip him in half. You can't do all these crazy things with him. Why? Well, maybe there's just a tiny sliver of adamantium that connects the bones to the other bone. You know, the hip bone's connected to that one. Like everything could just be connected, but no, they want to go with the Ultimate Wolverine version because in the Ultimate universe, the Ultimate Wolverine versus Hulk, yeah, he got ripped apart. And then in the Ultimate X-Men comic book, he got his leg ripped off by Colossus. And there's all these times where he kept on getting ripped apart. And then everybody afterwards is like, well, we should make that necessary in the 616 universe also. No! Earth 616 Wolverine cannot have his body parts ripped apart. That doesn't happen. You know, Ed Brisson went and had his hand cut off. And I forget about it once in a while, the Old Man Logan. And it's like, yeah, okay. No, what was so special about her sword that she was able to do that? You know, are we going back to the old the Wolverine movie where you heat up an adamantium blade and you can cut off his claws? I'm not a fan of this at all. And at the end of the day, I'm just reading this comic book and I'm thinking to myself, does this matter? Is anything that happens at the end of this comic book, when issue 5 comes out, I believe that's the final one for this comic book, is this series actually going to matter? Because Wolverine's technically already still up and at him in the regular 616 with Cyclops in the new Uncanny X-Men book. Like, he's actually already in a monthly series. So who cares about this book? What else special could possibly happen? We're going to find out more about his hot claws. He's going to develop a new power. Now he's got cold claws too. You know what I'm saying? It's like, use the hot claw, slice open a brew, turn into a cold claw, stick it in, and make some nice cold suds or something. Like, what is this, man? Like, what am I reading here? This doesn't seem fun. It's like it's a special Wolverine comic book, and he's hanging out with Loki, and none of this stuff seems to really matter at all. I don't know. It's cool seeing him actually fighting and killing things, and Rosenberg's Uncanny X-Men, it's like, I'm going to slice and dice you, bub. And then Colossus, Cyclops, like, Wolverine, don't kill anybody. Okay, I'm just going to use my claws and scare you with them. It's like, why is Wolverine back? Can anybody answer me that question? Why is Wolverine even back? Anyway, guys, whatever, man. No promises that I'll be reading issue 3, because who cares at this point? Anyway, Professor Bill, Comic Book University, class dismissed.